Hey for lifers, it's your girl Tiana here. If you are new to my channel, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me to become a part of the family here.
Ooh, it's just something about the way she moves. I can't figure it out, there's something about her.
In today's video, we are doing a get ready with me chit chat style. Y'all, I love get ready with me's. I love filming them. Love filming a good get ready with me, and I especially love a chit chat get ready with me because it gives me something to talk to you guys about other than just the makeup that I'm putting on my face. In today's video, we are getting ready for a day out. We're getting ready to go to lunch. First, I need to go take some pictures, and then Isaiah and I are going to enjoy a nice rooftop lunch in downtown Atlanta. So I'm super excited. It's a beautiful day outside, and you guys get to watch as I prepare for our day out. During the video, I'm going to be kind of giving some advice, my point of view, some tips. I posted on my Instagram if anybody had any questions or anything that they needed advice on to share them with me, and then I will address them anonymously in this video. So that is what we're doing today. So I really hope you guys enjoy. And yeah, I feel like there was something I said I needed to say. Oh, y'all will just see the difference when this next clip starts. But I hope y'all enjoy the look. If you do, like the video before we even get started, and let's get right into it. Okay, so I have already prepped my face kind of with my Smashbox Air Photo Finish primer water, and this is the geranium and melon scented. I'm going to next add some Smashbox Photo Finish Vitamin Glow Primer with vitamins B, C, and E. Oops. Because we always want some extra glow. And I'm going to put this on first. Y'all got to work with me in this setup that I have going because it's a new one and we want to make it work. You want to make it work for us, girl. I'm gonna toss up for primers today. I don't know what I want to use. Know if I want to use my Fenty Beauty Pro filter or if I want to use my typical e.l.f. We're just gonna put the e.l.f.s together today because I want to be nice and poreless. So I'll use my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer, and then after that I'll go with my e.l.f. Matte Putty Primer, and then I'm going to do eyebrows off camera using, of course, my e.l.f. Instant Brow Pencil. I want to use the poreless one today because I've been looking for this NYX blurring stick and I cannot find it. Like last week when I was at Target, they didn't have it. We went to Ulta, actually I went to an Ulta last week. Then I went to Ulta again yesterday and they did not have it. So I'm really hoping I can find it today somewhere. Like they only had the... Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do this stuff and then I'll be back when my eyebrows are done. So let's go get eyebrows done. Okay, so eyebrows are done and concealed and eyelids are prepped. So we're ready to get this look started. Now, before we get started, the title of this is Tips with Tiana, or that's what I have in my mind right now. By the time this video is edited, who knows what the title will be. And I have the 4 that I received, yes, only 4 y'all. Only 4, but for me, as a small creator, small following, I'll take the 4. Y'all know I feel like I like to talk a lot. I feel like I can talk a lot. So I feel like this will be fine. So I'm going to respond to these 4 tips as we do our makeup look. All of the eyeshadows are going to come from 2 palettes today. The She Glam Smart Cookie eyeshadow palette and also the Pixie by Petra Hello English Rose palette. So those are the 2 palettes I'm going to be using, and I'm not really going to talk too much about the makeup. Instead, I'm going to mostly just respond to the question. So the first question is needing advice on how not to be petty. I'm going to speak about this one from experience. I guess that's how all my responses are going to come from, like experience. For me, because I feel like I used to be petty, but I realized that it was giving me more anxiety on the inside. Like thinking about what I was gonna do as like an action of being petty back was just draining me. Like too much of my time. It was too much anxiety. And also, I know that like I really don't try to let what others think about me affect me too much in a negative way, but I do always want to make sure that I'm giving a very positive view of myself, if that makes sense. Like I don't let what people think of me affect me, but I still, in the same token, always want to make sure that I'm giving a positive appearance. I feel like those are like contradicting, almost in a way, statements, but that's the best way that I can describe it. I was always thinking about like, well, this is not how I want to represent myself. If I do something petty, like in an action, that's not how I want to represent myself. So I kind of just like let that go. And not that I was always doing petty stuff, because I'm a very like level-headed person, I feel, and I kind of like have learned and know how to control my emotions and like reactions to things. When it comes to like with what I say or like what I might say back to somebody, I have definitely had to work on that. And honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, my sister used to tell me all the time like that I'm so rude. She used to say, and she probably still does, honestly, she used to always tell me like how rude I am and how just mean I am with the things I say. And I used to say to her like, I'm not being rude, I'm not being mean. But I realized like it was always the little like snarky comments that she was talking about, little slick snarky comments that I would say out of the side of my mouth to be petty, trying to be petty. She would say like, you're just rude, you're just mean. And I never wanted to project that energy, you know, that I'm being rude or I'm mean or I'm a rude person, or you know, just I always have something sarcastic to say. Like I never want to project that energy, because that's not really the truth. That's not how I want to present or come across as. So I kind of just have learned that like not everything needs a reaction, and that's the biggest lesson. That I feel like is the biggest way to kind of control your pettiness, is that not everything needs a reaction. Like some stuff may get under your skin so much, but I always just think about like the bigger problem, or there are bigger problems in the world, and like this could be so much worse. I could be dealing with so much more and I'm not. So I just don't give my energy or react to certain things anymore. Somebody asked, how do I decide like what order to put my pictures for a carousel for Instagram? And I like this question because it's like it's not like a personal question. It's not a very like specific question. It's just a very general question that I'm sure many people want to know the answer to. So let me say how I decide. First, I pick like no more than 5 pictures that I really like out of the million shots that I probably took to get or for that look. I try to pick no more than 5, and then I sometimes like to put like a quote or like a word caption. So first I pick my pictures that I'm going to use. Next, obviously I want to put like a really good one first, maybe the best one first. But I also don't want it to be too similar to my most recent picture before that. So I go back to my feed and I look at my pictures and I look at like, what was the pose? What was the face? Was I smiling? Was I not? Was I standing? Was I sitting? Did I have a leg up? Because I have a hard time with posing. Like I feel like I have my go-to signature poses, and sometimes I have a hard time straying from that collection. So I try to make sure that the picture I'm considering first is not too similar to the recent picture that I posted. Once that's out of the way, if it's not, then I'm ready to proceed. If it is, then I have to obviously pick a new one to be the first picture. If it is good to go, then I'm ready to use that as my first picture. Then second, I want to consider what the second picture is also. So now I just did this from what I was noticing, seeing on my feed. I noticed that some people, when I was like scrolling on Instagram, I would see their second picture first. Like Instagram would already have it set so that I'm seeing their second picture in their carousel, like as I'm just scrolling, and not the first picture. So it was happening so often. I'm like, okay, well, if that's what's happening on Instagram with pictures, I want to make sure that I have a really good second picture also. Like I want my second picture to be another one of my favorites. Also don't want it to be too similar to a similar, or too similar to a recent post. So I always consider the first and the second picture and the last picture. No matter how many pictures. If I'm doing 3, well then it's kind of like whatever. But if I have more than 3 pictures, I make sure I consider the first picture as probably my favorite, second picture as another really good one, because Instagram feeds when you're scrolling might already automatically have the second picture ready to show. And then of course you want to leave a good impression with the last picture. So I want to make sure the last picture is really good too. Typically my last picture is like a really fun picture because I'm not too much of a serious person. Like I'm just like a, not goofy, but if I had to pick between like serious and like, you know, model face all the time, like smizing all the time, or smiling and giggling, I'm definitely gonna go with the smiling. I'm just more of like a bubbly, outgoing personality. So I kind of want to like end off with that. So if I do have a picture like that in the set, I try to have that be the last picture. So that's really it. I just picked the best pictures out of the bunch that I took, and then I just kind of order it based on my recent pictures and make sure the second one is really good also, and then also make sure that the final one is really fun. Okay, I'm really done with the eyes. I have a lot of fallout from that glitter shadow that I used. So I'm just wiping it up with a paper towel. So I am just gonna go back in. I am just gonna quickly take my matte and put that back under here because we wanna be matte. I like a matte look. Also, before I move on to the next thing, I did want to add last really quick to the pictures. If I already have my caption picked out, like I have a list of captions in my phone. So if I already have a caption picked out too, then when I'm taking my pictures, I try to like consider the caption. Like if I'm very gung-ho on this is a caption I want to post today, and I'm only taking a picture for this caption, then I consider that with my posing and things like that too. Like if I have a very positive, uplifting, or just like outgoing, fun caption, I'm not going to pick like a serious picture. I'm not gonna, if I have like a fun caption, I'm not gonna pick one where I'm giving like smize. If I have an uplifting picture, maybe, you know, like a positivity type of post, whatever it may be. But typically I try to make sure that my pictures also match my caption and my captions match my pictures. We're gonna move on to foundation, and I'm just gonna use my Stay Naked Weightless Liquid Foundation. I have this in the shade 70WR. I absolutely love this. This is by Urban Decay. And we're also gonna move on to the next tip. What is my view on work husbands and wives? Now this is a loaded thing here. Let me start here. The state of life that I'm in with my career and my relationship, like that's not, personally, for me, not gonna happen. For you, you know, if that is something that you're interested in, for the person that asked this question or wants this advice, if it's something you're interested in, I think you have to move with caution, because you don't want the work husband or wife to take it seriously. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to leave the impression that like, oh yeah, I'm really gonna leave my actual partner for you. Unless that is your full intention, then that's whatever. If you're wanting to jump into a work husband-wife relationship, then I think you first have to like kind of consider the state of your current relationship, if you're in one. If you're not in a current relationship, go for it. What's the harm? Have fun, whatever. It's not anything serious. It is what it is. Like, I feel like it's a common thing now. So if you're not in a current relationship, like honestly, what's the harm? As long as if you don't have actual feelings for this person, it's just play, no harm, because you don't want the other person to like actually be liking you and now you're leading them on. Now, if you are in a relationship and you're interested in work husband, work wife, the first thing I would think is like, we need to question our current state of our current relationship. Like, is there something lacking that's making me want to look for a work husband or wife? Or am I just like wanting to do it because other people are? Like, I don't know. I guess I don't really see the point in a work husband or wife. Like, why would you attach that label if you don't actually have like feelings for that person? Like, if you're young, whatever, you've got time to grow. Like, if this is like your part-time job when you're like 16, 17, 18, whatever. But I feel like if you're like a grown adult, I guess I don't see the purpose in a work husband or wife, unless, like I said, it's somebody that you like low-key have feelings for, or low-key like want to take it there with, and you don't want to leave your current husband and wife. Here's my ultimate opinion, the bottom line opinion on the work husband, work wife thing. If you're single, you're not in a current relationship, then I feel like there's no harm. Go for it. As long as your intentions are the same, because you don't want one person to actually catch feelings if that's not the vibe you're going for. If you're in a relationship and you're like forcing the work husband, work wife thing, you need to second guess what's going on in your actual relationship, the current state of your relationship, because are you seeking something in somebody else that your current partner is not giving? What's the degree of this work husband, work wife thing? Like, do y'all bring each other breakfast? Do y'all always eat lunch together? Do y'all like flirt like a little too much? There's a very thin line if you're forcing the work husband relationship and you're in a current relationship. If you're in a current relationship and the work husband, work wife thing kind of just happens like by accident, you don't mean it to, you need to still take a step back and kind of like analyze the situation, see, make it clear to the work husband, work wife, like, I'm in a relationship, a happy, committed, hopefully relationship, and this is not what I intended to happen. Let me take a step back. I just feel like it all depends on your circumstance. I personally don't care for it. I wouldn't say that I ever had a work husband, work wife, because that's like, I don't think that was a thing back when I was having like my part-time jobs and things like that, like in college and high school, whatever. That's my take on it. Right now in my current state of life, I wouldn't do that. And now that I'm, like being in a committed relationship, I couldn't even imagine being like, yeah, well, my work husband says yada yada. And it's funny because there was just a post going around like literally this week where this couple like went to dinner or whatever, and the girl said to the guy, I don't know if they were husband and wife, or I can't quite remember, said that she showed him a picture of this like $3,000 purse that she wanted, and he was like, that's too much, we don't need to spend money on that right now. And so then like a week later, she pulls out the purse, like she shows up with the purse, she has the purse. She was like, yeah, my work husband got it for me, or it was gifted to her by her work husband. Like, that's a little bit extreme. Like, that's a little bit extreme. That's to the case of like, yeah, y'all really need to assess your relationship. And I don't know if that was a true story or not, but those are the details of the story. And maybe that's why that person asked this question, because like the work husband, work wife thing is like a hot topic right now. And also, if you're considering it, put yourself in your partner's shoes. Like, I will be gosh darned if my partner in my real relationship right now has a work wife. Like, what do you mean you have a work? No, not happening. Not happening. Not happening over here. But again, to each his own. With everything, to each their own. So we have finished face for the most part. We set, I used a new setting powder, Black Radiance, that I purchased last weekend. Super excited about it. It looks good so far. So we're gonna finish up the eyes and answer this last question. So let me read it to you because it's kind of long. It says, I'm a single mom in the dating world. It goes great until I find out that the guy has a child/children. I don't want to date or marry a man with kids. What should I do? Comment down below if you're thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. If you can read my mind, comment down below. Disclaimer, I don't have children, and I say this all the time when I talk about situations with children and parenting and things like that. I try to be very cautious about what I say because like I don't have kids and I don't really know certain situations. I can say I know how I would react in that situation, but I know that like once I have kids it'll be different. Now, also I'm going to answer this with as much sensitivity to your situation that I possibly can. Here's my thing. The question was opened up with the statement, I am a single mom in the dating world. So that means you are telling me and the rest of my 4 lifers that you already have a child and or children. Now you're in the dating world, okay? And you're also saying in the same sentence that you don't want to date somebody that has children. You don't want to date or marry a man that already has children. When you type that into my DM, and when you say that out loud, does it not sound, this is a serious question, does it not sound just a little bit contradictory? Like, you already have kids, so you're gonna bring kids into the relationship, but you don't want him to bring kids into the possible relationship. Honestly, I don't really know the answer, or I can't answer your question of what should you do, other than let it be known in the beginning of the relationship. Like, let it be known that, hey, I have kids, you know, do you have kids? Before you even move forward, like, it's just gonna have to be one of those hard-hitting immediate questions, because if you have kids and then he shares with you that he has kids, and you know, you're like, okay, well, you know, things aren't gonna work out because you already have kids. Well, it's like, well, you have kids too, so how can you sit and say that you don't want to be with somebody that already has children and you also already have children? Unless it's like maybe they're of a certain age or something, I'm not sure. Or unless like maybe they're like, no, this is it, I don't want any more kids. Then I can see, okay, I understand what you're saying. Maybe they're happy with however amount of kids they already have and they're not looking to add any more. And you are. Now we can run. Now we can pack up our things and say we're gonna go elsewhere because this is not really the vibe I'm looking for. But if it's just the fact of you guys both have kids, but you know, you don't want him to have kids, it's a little hard to kind of justify that and not look superficial. I feel like if that is going to be the take that you have, it's going to be a very hard journey for you to find like your partner. And that's just me being honest, I feel. I don't think I've said anything like offensive or anything like that, but I just honestly feel like if the circumstances and, you know, the kind of like deal breakers are that the other person has kids and you also have kids, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna have a hard time finding, especially because you're saying that everything goes well. Like, you know, I'm assuming that these people are actually, the guys you're, you know, going on dates with are actually like somebody that you're interested in. You know, you guys are vibing, meshing, whatever. I don't know. That's an interesting situation. I've never heard of a situation like that, but that's the best advice that I can offer you, just up front. You have to address that up front, because you don't want to get to the point in your relationship and then it's like, what do you mean we can't continue because I already have kids? Like, you also have a child or children. If that, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Like, see, maybe hearing it from somebody else kind of puts it into perspective for you. Face and eyes are done. We just have to do lip and hair. For hair, I'm planning on wearing a ponytail today. That's the whole idea behind this look. But if the ponytail doesn't work, then we're just going to do a high bun. So I've been having my hair towel dry so that I can get it super, super slick. Super, super slick. Ponytails and things like that work better when your hair is like almost dry. I'm gonna go ahead into the bathroom and do that. I'm gonna leave y'all here. If I come back with the ponytail, then y'all will see, you know, a baddie. But if I come back with a bun, then obviously the ponytail was just not working for us. So give me a couple minutes and I will be right back. So I did the ponytail and I'm not really sure how I'm feeling it. It is a synthetic ponytail that I literally got on Amazon for like $10. And I've had these ponytails before, but something about it today, I don't know. It's not like my hair color. Like, it's a little darker. I just wet it and put some mousse in it to kind of like tame it a little bit so it won't be so big. But we're just gonna go ahead and do our lips. So I'm gonna use my NYX Downtown Beauty. So here we have the look, nice and like an everyday, like a daytime glam type of deal. I just combined two lips. This one put underneath to kind of like mute out the purple that we then went ahead and put on top. So we're done with the look. I don't know if I'll keep this. I have no idea if I'm going to keep this ponytail in. I do have a try on haul to film, so I'll keep it on for the try on haul and see like how it dries and stuff like that. But if I'm not liking it, then I'm not rocking this hair all day. And we will do a top bun, which was option number 2, so that's fine. I'm glad I had a backup option. But here is the look. Let's get into the eyes. I'm living for the eyes. I never used to be like a glitter eye girl like in the daytime, just because like that's doing a lot. But I found a way to kind of incorporate it and make it very subtle. No lashes today, just our natural mascara to keep it a little bit more on the natural side. That's the vibe I'm going for today. Yeah, girl. Last but not least, we will have to do outfit, and I don't know what I'm gonna wear today. I had an idea in mind, but I don't really know if that is what I want to wear. But like I said, I do have a try and haul to film, so I'm gonna do that really quickly, and then I will come back to this video because we do a million things in one day, and we will get outfit and really wrap together this. Get ready with me. This is the final look that I decided to go with. This was always the shirt and pants that I wanted to wear. These are just some regular flare denim jeans, but I took out the ponytail because it just wasn't doing what I thought it was gonna do. This bodysuit I got from this store called Q. I think the website is like Shop Q Style or something like that. I've never looked on their online website. We have this in one of our malls out here. It's almost like a, I can't think of the word, but there's a store in the outlet in Daytona Beach that like is almost the exact same thing. I just can't think of what it's called, but it's very similar to like an upgraded rainbow or like an upgraded papaya almost type of deal. Very similar to papaya, but just like so much more, and they have all different types of clothing. So I got this bodysuit there, and it's thong style, so that'll be good if I'm wearing like soft bottoms or whatever. I don't know, but I wanted some other colors, so maybe I can go back and see if they have any other colors. I don't even remember. I just saw this and I said I need it because it's got a built-in bra. Love it, love it, love it, and it's ribbed. I just paired these earrings with it to kind of just stick with like the brown tones. Of course, my Apple Watch, I put on this gold bracelet that Isaiah got me for Christmas a few years ago. I'm gonna just wear this purse. I was having an issue though. Let me show y'all. I wanted to wear this purse right here, which has like brown on the strap and gold here, but the earrings and the purse, it just wasn't flowing. So I decided I'll just carry this tan envelope purse because I want a shoulder bag. I don't want to carry like a crossbody or handbag. I want a shoulder bag. I'm gonna bring these two pairs of shoes. These shoes I think I'm gonna wear for the picture, just a basic brown heel. I've never worn these, literally. Look at the bottom. Clean as ever. Never worn these. But then for the day, I think I'll wear these, which are very worn. Look at that. Very worn, because they're super comfortable to walk in, and I have to wear heels with these pants. They're so long. I can't not wear heels. Scent of the day is going to be this Mix Bar Cloud Musk, which I just purchased from Target. This is my May scent. So I'm gonna wear this today. Ugh, love. My mom would love this. Mom, you need to go get this. You would love this at Target. I have the body spray one, and it's a hair mist. Oh, let me not choke. But they have it in eau de parfum also. So yeah, y'all, that completes this get ready with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoy the look. The ponytail obviously didn't work out how I thought it was going to, but that is a-okay because I have no problem rocking the bun today, and it's supposed to be pretty warm out. So since I have jeans on, hair up off the shoulders, will be just fine. Thank you guys so much for watching this video with me. Go ahead and like this video if you enjoyed hanging out with me today. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Comment down below and follow your girl on Instagram at yes.itsati if you are not already. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
She got the wrong thing. That's why I